Hello, how we doing? Can you hear me? Welcome to the Tuesday live stream on Monday. We'll call it that. Can you hear me? Actually, I got to move this up to a different different monitor. Let's see. Audio good. Thank you, Scott. How we doing? Got holy crap. We have 152 people in here already. Almost like you're waiting for something. What is that? Today kind of went off the rails a little bit. I'm still leaving in a few hours, and I did not get the video completed. I don't know if any of you saw me or saw the post that I had. Real quick, what's the outside temperature here? It is -4 Celsius. High 20s, I guess, or mid 20s Fahrenheit is what it is today. What you just saw was live. That was live. You can see my phone up there. That's what you saw. There, I'll press the iPhone button. That's what you see. So it's -4. Yesterday, it was colder. It was -7, and it was a little bit windy. And I did my plunge. I went for a swim, and here I am. I survived, so it's all good. It was my intention to make a video, premiere it. Like, I've never done a premiere. I've only ever released videos, just posted them. Sometimes I schedule them. Sometimes I post them right away as soon as the thumbnail and everything is ready. Going from private to posted or published, not unlisted. I made a video about that. So I was going to do a premiere, and then I realized, okay, I got all my footage. It took me a while to sync everything because I got several shots. My phone, my son's phone, my brother-in-law's phone, and another camera on a tripod. Didn't bring the drone out. We would have crashed that in the ocean. I got a whole bunch of angles and 2 mics recording. So I've synced them all up. And then I realized, why just make like a documentary video? There's a story there. There's a story I wanted to tell as well. And that became a little more clear to me as I was putting everything together. And I think it's good. I've just got back. I went out and I recorded on the trail. Went for a walk and I recorded what I wanted to say. And I need to put that to the video and create a video about it. I'm running out of time because I'm leaving. So I'm probably going to end up editing this on the plane. Is what I'm going to do. And weather seems like Chicago, does it? I think I heard somebody earlier say what it is in Ontario, which is a lot colder than it is right now here. So I don't know. Maybe it is like Chicago. I don't know. But anyway, I've got a little more work to do to put that video together. But I'm going to show you some evidence that I did this. I got some shots to show you. And we'll get into that. I survived. It was really cold. I went in with my bathing suit on, and that's it, bare feet. I was going to wear this hat, and I forgot to. I wasn't thinking straight when I did it, but I held my selfie stick, and I went right under. So there you go. I like listening to you as you seem real. Love the outdoors. Thank you. I am real. I don't just seem it. I am. I'm the real deal. All right, so let me get into the chat and see who's here and see if you have any questions. You guys have any questions, let me know. Type 3 Qs in the chat, and we'll get to the footage shortly so I can show what I did. Lori says, wow, looks toasty there. Not exactly. All right, I wish I could fix the size issue I'm having, but... so bear with me a second. I'm going to try to fix this. So it's got to be style dynamic, text box shrink. No, don't want to do that. Text box truncate. No, definitely don't want to do that. Let's go. No, don't. So it's got to be dynamic. So I must be able to, oh, there we go. There we go. I can do this. That's better. All right. Thank you, Heidi. You were my test subject there. I guess you didn't say editing was challenging, just that you were learning. It's actually kind of fun when you get into it. My biggest tip is to not over edit. It's easy to get into the weeds. Yes, it is. That's huge actually, not over editing. And I don't know why it took me so many years to figure that out. But yeah, you don't need to edit like crazy what am I looking at here? To make a video that people want to watch, right? Like, I feel like the over edit, like the highly edited types of videos were all the rage maybe 5 years ago. And there are still some today, and there's still some creators who have been creating for a long time that I think feel like they still have to make videos that way. Whereas you see more and more new creators that were never used to making videos like that, just making videos like the way I am. Or not just me. I mean, sometimes I edit more than others, but for the most part, I don't do a lot of editing, with the exception of the one that I'm working on right now. Well, it's not a lot of editing, but it's more like I'm going to show you everything kind of while telling a story. You know what I mean? So there's or not voiceover, but anyways, we'll get into that. All right, so let me just look at the live chat. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will answer as best as I can. Scott says, I'd like to know the process for getting a silver plaque. Like, do you have to order it? I bet it's not free. What's the actual process, I wonder? That's a good question. My understanding is it's just going to arrive, and I'm not going to have to pay for it, is my understanding. I could be wrong. I haven't ordered anything, so I don't think I have to. If anybody knows, let me know. But I've just been so busy these last several days, self-inflicted, but still busy, that I haven't really looked into that. So, once I basically relax in the next couple of days on a beach, I'll start thinking about it. It's like, yeah, maybe I should look into that. Do I have to order this or not? So my understanding is it's just going to arrive. And I think I've heard from other people that, just a couple weeks later, it just arrived in the mail, right? They have my mailing address. You have to put that in when you sign up for the partner program. So they know who I am and where I am. They send me money every month. So that's a good sign. That gets through. So I would think the playback would get through too. Do most video editing software require internet connection? Any offline options? You need an internet connection to upload your video to YouTube when you're done editing it. But you absolutely don't need an internet connection for a lot of the editing software, like Final Cut Pro, like Camtasia, like iMovie. It's only the ones that require you to upload your footage to the cloud, say, and use their cloud service, which there are some. Like I know CapCut does it that way, but you don't have to use CapCut that way. You can download a CapCut app that'll run on your computer, and you can run it. You can use that offline, right? I always do my editing offline with Camtasia or Final Cut Pro, and then when I'm finished and I'm ready to upload the video, I will need an internet connection to upload it at that point. So that is the way that works. So we've got Scott is here. Sorry, I never know how to pronounce your name. Feli Nexus Journey is here. It's all good. Rob, you rock. Thank you very much. Muddy Toes Farm is here. We've got Cycling with Cancer Creator. Welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Mike is here. Mike's Adventure Sparks. Lori is here. Steve Brocky, the Gambling Traveler. Awesome. Got a lot. 193 people. Wow. I'm excited for this one. Let's see. Let me scroll down a little further. Terry Miller. Rob, you can do whatever you want. You're at 100K. You get the silver, the big silver plaque. That's right. Well, whatever I want. I don't know about that. Looks nice and cold. It certainly is. Good to hear you still have teeth after all that teeth chattering cold. You know what? It wasn't as bad. I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but basically it wasn't as, I basically walked in, and then I dunked myself, and then I got out, and then I got dressed and dried off and dressed really fast. I've got a plane to pack for. I do. I haven't started. So this live stream is not going to be 3 hours. Probably not even going to be 2. but we'll play it by ear. But I do have to go pack at some point. Just Krista, I thought this was going to be your first premiere. So did I. And not a live stream. Change your mind? So the plan was premiere and then live stream. And then I started to realize I'm not going to have that video ready in time. And in fact, if you do a premiere, you should set that up with the video uploaded well in advance of the time that it premieres, so that, YouTube can start notifying people, hey, this premiere's going to happen in a few hours, right? And so that people start getting notified about that. So I wouldn't have had that luxury, I guess, if I forced it through today. So I may still do it as a premiere if I can be at a computer when it goes live. Otherwise, I'll just post it as a regular video tomorrow or the next day. Okay, that's kind of the plan right now. Just time is the reason. It's not that I changed my mind. I wanted to today, but I'm just out of time. I had a Super Bowl I had to watch last night, and honestly, I didn't make it to the end. I fell asleep. Didn't make it to the end. Ron Messimer says John's Universe says they automatically send it to you at no charge. Awesome. Great to know. Thank you, John. Scott says, so I just scrolled right to the bottom. Scott says, I have done some premieres. Piece of advice, make a 1-minute trailer for it too. All right. The premiere lets you add a trailer for the video being premiered. Okay, cool. Sealhawks 1. Yes, I heard that. Yeah, okay, so I have done trailer videos before for my live streams, but I don't know if any of you have seen those, because it's been probably 2 years since I've done one of those, or over a year anyway. No, probably close to 2 years since I've done a live stream trailer, but I used to do that, and I'll probably do that again. I can understand you falling asleep. Boring game. Yeah, and also my daughter was going for New England, so that wasn't going the way she was hoping for. I made one bet on the game last night. Not much of a gambler myself, but I bet because my daughter wanted to. I bet my daughter $5, and I still owe her because I lost. I just bet her that whoever was leading at halftime was not going to win the game. And that didn't happen. Seattle led at halftime, and they also won the game. There you go. I've just done my first live stream 5 minutes ago. Awesome. Well done. The story I want to tell in the video is about celebrating milestones a little bit, and about what milestones you probably should celebrate. And some of them, a lot of them, I'm including a long list of milestones, I think, like basically the journey. I'm laying out the journey, okay? The journey to being a YouTuber up to where I'm at now and beyond. And there's many things you need to celebrate along the way. So that's kind of what the video is about, while you get to see me jumping in the water. Let me just scroll back up here a little bit. Terry says, how many subs did you have when you thought this thing might actually be going somewhere? I think I saw that. I recognized that. I'm going to say when I went from 6 subscribers to 200 and I forget what it was, 200 and something, less than 300. I went from 6 to less than 300 in 8 months without making a single video. I had made 9, and those 9 videos gained me 3 subscribers in the first month that I started this, January 2021. And then I gave up because I didn't see any results. Like 3 subscribers, really? Like I went from 3, my son, my daughter, my nephew, to 6 in a month. Like they all signed up and subscribed to me before my first video, right? So yeah, I gave it up, and that was January, and it wasn't until October it's like, oh, 200 and some subscribers, let's post again. I started again a little bit, gave it up again, didn't see the results. So, I took several breaks along the way, but then, between making videos, there was still growth from some videos that were resonating. And so I realized that, okay, some videos are doing well, most are not. I just need to get more consistent, because had I kept making videos for those 8 months, the first break, I probably would have had well over 300, probably maybe even monetized at this point if I kept up with that, and I didn't. So, and then I started again and stopped again, and then we moved, had to tear down my office, and then it was like 16 months, and then I don't know. So bunch of false starts, right? But you know, all through that, my eyes were open. It's like, okay, I need to get better at editing. Not even so much the editing. I needed to get better at coming up with a system that I could replicate easily, right, all the time, to allow me to make as many videos as I wanted to make without a whole lot of friction. Like I wanted to be able to, you know, like see that camera set up there? I just filmed a little portion of the video I'm working on in that chair. Oh, Peanut's back there now. She was not cooperating with me earlier today. She was not going to stay there. So there actually may be some bloopers in that video too. But anyways, yeah, having a camera set up and all I have to do is press record. You know, that was part of my getting my system in place to be able to allow me to record easily without a lot of friction. And then the way I edited, like do it the same way all the time, and the way I get the footage from that camera to my computer or from my phone to the computer, you know, repeat all that. So, yeah, once I got those systems in place and then I started rolling with making 3 videos a week and deciding to do live streams, I knew it was a matter of time. And at that time, I had, I want to say 2,700 subscribers, but only 3,000 watch hours. I wasn't monetized. I was tier 1 monetized. And that only, I think I maybe made $5 in several months from super chats or whatever it was. Super thanks, I think. So that's part of the tier 1. But I knew it was going to happen. I knew the major monetization was coming, and that if I just kept going, that would continue to grow at that point. So before I was monetized. Just had a 7-day-old video with 40 views, go to over 3,000 and climbing last night. Awesome. Thoughts? What are my thoughts? My thoughts are, well done. That's awesome. I get, well, I mean, if that's a long form video, 3,000 views, I guess, okay. So with only that information, it doesn't tell me a whole lot. If you have 1 million subscribers and you got 3,000 views in a 7-day-old video, that's not, you know, that's not a very good video then. If you're just starting out and you have, let's say, I don't know, less than 100 subscribers, and you went to 3,000 views, then that tells me, okay, YouTube is getting some good signals from this video, perhaps getting some good comments, some likes, and some people watching it for a long time, and they've decided to put it in front of to go try to find more viewers for your video. That's what it tells me if your channel's small. Okay, if your channel's large, then it tells me that's not a very good video. So context matters, right? When, how many subscribers you have, how many views do you normally get? Compare your videos to other videos of yours. All right, don't compare them to other channels that may not be, you wouldn't be comparing apples to apples. So, but sounds like you're excited about it, so I'm going to guess that your channel is relatively new and got 3,000 views. That's awesome. The other thing I'll mention that was actually the initial thought that I had, if it's a short, it's not as impressive as if it's a long form video. Nothing against, again, that's great, but shorts do tend to kind of take off a lot more than long form do. And if your goal is to make a long form video, you may not want that from a short. You may not want to get subscribers from a short if your goal is to grow a long form video, long form channel. Okay, does that make sense? But if you're trying to grow a shorts channel and that's it, and you're getting views, lots of views from shorts, keep doing what you're doing. That's awesome. Leaving the rush. Don't stress, enjoy the ride. Love that. I love that. Let's see. Let's talk about that official. We are 50 hours away from 4,000 hours with 1,500 subs. Awesome. Let's talk about that official. You're on your way. You're almost there. Well done. Well done. Don't stop though. Don't stop. The journey's not over. That's another message in the video that I'm making. My journey's not over. That's That was one milestone. What is the bit you said about private versus unlisted? Is one better than the other? Okay, so I have an opinion on this. Other people have opinions on this too that may differ from mine. Some the same, some different. So I made a video a couple months back where I talked about this. And I think if you look for the thumbnail that says algorithm killer as right on the thumbnail, that's the one I made. So a little bit clickbaity perhaps, I'll admit that. And even the stuff that I shared, not everybody was totally on board with, which I understand. So, but what I've learned is that if you upload a video and you set it to unlisted, and let's say it stays unlisted for a long time, right? When you finally do make it public, your published date isn't the date you make it public. It's way back when you first uploaded it. That's the date that the video first started to exist. Okay, so that's what YouTube thinks is the start date. And you may be, jury's still out a little bit, but you may be, by doing that, you may be removing some of the things that YouTube does to brand new videos in the hopes of trying to give it a kickstart. Okay, so, who knows exactly what all goes on, but we do know that YouTube tests videos once you publish them. Okay, they test your videos, and it'll have a published date. Okay, your video is being tested by YouTube. You want to maximize the gains that you could potentially get from that. So that's why I suggest if you're uploading a video, and let's say the video is just about ready, it's just about going through all of its checks, just about ready to go public, but let's say you're not quite ready, I would set it to private. Okay, or schedule it for a date and time in the future. Maybe it's today's date, but maybe give yourself an hour or 2 hours or whatever. A little bit of time to finish whatever it is you need to finish, like your thumbnail. Maybe you're not exactly excited about the title you've got in there right now and you want to do some more, work on the title. The description, maybe you still have some stuff to do with the description, right? If you're not ready, but YouTube is ready with your video, mark it public. Or no. Mark it private, okay, or schedule it for a future time, all right? Unlisted isn't technically, because unlisted, some people could still see it. Now, granted, only if you share the link to it, but some people will also, when they're uploading a video and they set it to unlisted, they might also include it in a playlist, right? And if you do that, and your playlist is live on your channel, even if a video is unlisted on your channel, if it's in a playlist, people can still see it through that playlist. So it's technically available to some people if you assign it to a playlist. All right, so those are some things to think about. But so I try not to think about all that. I just stay away from unlisted. I would use unlisted if I uploaded a personal video that I wanted to share with personal friends only, right? Maybe a family update or something like that. I might upload, and I wanted to share a video, I might upload it to my channel, mark it as unlisted, and then email the link to my family and friends. Say, here, check out this video. One example of that is a couple years ago, my parents sold their RV. They wanted to list it for sale first, and they had me make a little video listing of it with my drone and stuff, and that was kind of fun. So I made a little video for them, and they wanted to share it with people that they thought might be interested in buying their RV. So I uploaded that video I made for them because they don't have video hosting, and they certainly don't make YouTube videos. So I uploaded it to my channel, and I uploaded it unlisted, and I shared that link. Okay, and I believe I have since they've sold it, I've since changed that from unlisted to private. Like, it's still there. Any video that I've ever uploaded to my channel is still on my channel. But if it's not publicly, like, I might just make it private. If I ever had videos on my channel that I just, these don't fit with the content I'm making now. I'm now making content for a different audience. Some videos that just does not apply to. And if that's the case, I may privatize those videos. Okay, so there you go. Or unlist them, could unlist them too. But again, if they're in a playlist, which I don't know why they would be, but if they are, some people could still watch them. Excuse me, there you go, there you go. Let's see. Amy Steyer. Amy has a question. Other creators in my niche have opening theme songs and graphics. I have zero graphic design experience and am not a composer. Is some sort of introductory graphic or song needed? Absolutely not. No. I used to think it was needed. And when I first started making videos, probably my first 100 or so videos, all had a little intro music at the beginning. The same music, by the way, or maybe not all of it, but I started the music that I use in the intro of these live streams. I used to use that in the intro of my videos and the outro, and sometimes I still do use it as I'm wrapping up a video. But anyways, yeah, no, I used to create a little mini intro like that. I'm not really a graphic designer either, but you could do some simple things in editing software, like fly some text in or a logo or some music and whatever. But what you're talking about, the little more graphic-y intros, a little more professional ones, I look at those. I mean, if you feel like you really need to do something like that, the way I'd probably do it now is I wouldn't open my video up with that. I'd open it up with me just talking to the camera and maybe delivering my hook. Like, have you ever thought about blah, blah, blah? And does this get you down, blah, blah, blah? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about blah, blah, blah. Let's go, right? I'm not a huge fan of that, but if I did make a video like that, it would be kind of like that, like give a little intro, a little hook, try to say something that will result in people wanting to continue to watch, and then play your little intro, but I would not make it any more than, say, 2, 3, max 5 seconds. Even that's probably too long, 2 or 3 seconds. A little logo bump, like boom, da-da, boom, there we go. Like just something like that. Not the flashy, longer ones, because that's when you lose people, right? That's when you lose people. People are busy. People have short attention spans. People just want you to get on with it. That's, so if you can help them with that, if you can start delivering value right away, I think that's more important. And if you feel like you need to introduce yourself, I would do it, and I just made a video on this, I do it towards the end of your video. Because who's still watching when you're about to wrap up your video? It's the people who were really interested in what you had to say. And those are the people who may want to know who you are and what else you do and blah, 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 right? The first 30 seconds of your video isn't for you introducing yourself and who you are or what you do and why people should watch you and all that stuff. No, just get right into because what you want is you want YouTube to put your video out in front of a whole bunch of people that have never seen you before. That's how you grow. You don't want them to only ever put it out in front of your subscribers. You want to reach out and grab new people. That's how you grow. So if that's happening, these brand new people who have never seen you before, do you want to waste their time with 30 seconds of showing an impressive little logo reveal and you telling them who you are, or maybe some B-roll clips and stuff like that? No, just get right into the point. Right into the point. And anyway, I think most of you know my thoughts, or maybe not most of you, but if you're new here, you may not have seen that, but I have made a video about that just like, I don't know if it was my last video or my second last or my third last, but recently I talked more about that. Okay, what else we got here? Lots of questions, which is great. Do you remember how long it took you to get to 1,000 subscribers? I think for me it was about a year, I think. But just remember, it's different for everybody. It's highly affected by the content you make, how often you post videos, and how often you post videos, there's not even a right answer to that, right? That depends on what kind of content you make, how long your videos are. And all of this also depends on how willing are you to make changes as you go, right? If you see videos not performing well, how willing are you to make your next video different and to try to make it better so that it does get more views, so that your intro is better, so that, right? Like how willing are you to experiment and just try new things and try to figure out what works better for you and your channel and your content, right? The more willing you are to kind of run it that way, almost like YouTube is a giant science experiment that you're trying to figure out. Like YouTube is like the universe, right? Not everybody Nobody knows how the universe works, or where we came from, or any of the, right? Like there's so many unanswered questions out there. How big is the universe? I don't know. Like, I don't think anybody knows. I don't think, like, nobody knows, right? So there are things that people are doing to try to figure some things out. And look at your YouTube channel the same way. Try to figure some things out by trying things, experimenting. That's the best way to do it. All right. Start talking about your title subject in the first minute or two. You will lose me as a viewer. Just saying. What is that? Start talking about your title subject in the first minute or two. You will lose me as a viewer. Just saying. So you want an intro from everybody? Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. But I feel like most people just want you to get to the point, whatever the point of your video was, and try to draw people in some way. Alrighty. Another attention breaker and pet peeve of mine is when creators title their video like a how-to and fool around with vlogging. I'm not watching for your life story. Just give me what I'm here for. That's a very good point. Very good point. Now, some people do like watching vlogs, right? But, you know, set the expectations with your title. What's in a name or a handle? Your thoughts on having a good, memorable name for your channel. I waited about 3 years before my actual name became available. Well, know this, first of all, that your channel name has no bearing on how well your videos do, the videos within your channel. So that doesn't matter. What I think is important about a channel name is, like you mentioned, it should be something memorable that people will remember easily. I think it should be easy to spell. You know, maybe not that necessary, but, you know, if anybody ever tries to quickly find your channel, then maybe they'll search for it in YouTube, right? So if it's easy to spell, that might help. And I also think it's very important, or it's important to me. Not everybody does this, and some people are very successful without doing this, but I think it's important to include your first name in your title. It doesn't have to be your real name. Mine is my real name, but some people don't want to reveal their real name. You can put your first name and last name if you want. I'm just partial to first name, or whatever you want to be called. Okay, so in my case, I like it when people call me Rob. Not Bob, by the way, which some people do in the comments. It's Rob. Right? But so yeah, so I think that's important. It just makes it easier for people to know who you are, because if you're not always saying it in your videos, right, it's right below in your channel name. So, but those are just personal things. Again, it doesn't matter all that much. If you eventually want to have a business associated with your YouTube channel, I think it's great if you could also reserve a domain name that is either identical or very close. Maybe you have to put a little hyphen, you know, underscore or something in it, or dash or whatever, in your you know, to have them be the same. But it'd be nice if you had the same, if you could have the same domain name. So when I decided on Rob the Maritimer, I checked, and oh yeah, the domain name's available too, robthemaritimer.com. Well, these days it doesn't even have to be .com. It can be whatever. There's several. There's many choices, right? So yeah, that's just a couple things to think about. But again, I wouldn't stress too much about it, because you can always change your channel name too. I think you can change it, what, twice within 14 days? Or maybe it's 90 days. You can only change it twice within 90 days or something like that. So there is that. I mean, you can look that up exactly what that is, but you can always change it. It makes it more personal to have a name. Yes, absolutely. Yes, it does. Rob the Ice Cube. Very good. Let's see now. If I double-clicked that, put that here, and double-click that one. No. Yeah, I was starting to, oh, that one. So, I'll just make that a little smaller. All right, sorry. Sorry, just doing some maintenance stuff here. How many subs do you need for the next plaque or milestone? I think it's 1 million for the gold one. I don't think you get a silver play button for each 100,000 subscribers you get. Like I don't think I'll get another one at 200. I could be wrong, but I don't imagine people have 10 of them before they get the gold one. The gold one at 1 million, and there might even be one beyond that at 10 million. I don't know, but I'm not going to hold my breath for that. Not even holding my breath for 1 million. Like might never ever get there, right? Who knows? Could get there next year, but I might also never get there. Like you just don't know, and it also doesn't really matter. It's fun. I mean, I've been having fun with this. I've been making a bigger deal out of this than it is, I think. But again, I'm a big believer in celebrate your milestones. Okay, celebrate your milestones. I've been saying celebrate your goals, which you should. But I feel like there's a subtle difference between goals and milestones. And again, I addressed that in the video that I'm making right now. This was a milestone. It wasn't one of my main goals. I didn't start YouTube to say, okay, goal number, like I want to hit 100,000 subscribers. That wasn't like when I think of the word goal, I more think about like why am I doing YouTube? And answering that question would get you closer to what your goals are. Now, to reach your goals, and it's good to have goals. I've always believed this through my coaching. Like I do YouTube and business coaching right through this channel. But before this, like I was a curling coach for a junior girls team, and just in general, I was a curling coach. Maybe not a lot of you know what curling is, but actually, this is the time of, you know, the Winter Olympics are on right now, and this is kind of the time where curling tends to shine a little bit, where a whole bunch of people kind of discover it for the first time and discover how actually cool it is. Pardon the pun. But anyways, I've been a curler for a long time, and I coached. And so, you know, and when I say I coached, like I took courses, ethics courses and technical courses and mechanical courses and all this stuff to learn how to be a coach and to learn how to be a coach of kids. And before that, I was a sailing coach. I used to teach kids how to race small sailboats. I used to teach adults when I was a kid myself, like when I was 17, 18. I would teach an adult learn to sail program. So I've got experience in coaching. Why did I go down that road? That's a rabbit hole, and I'm so far down that now, I can't see the light of day above me. Why did I go down there? What question was I answering? It's about, yeah, so I think the point I was trying to make is you need to have goals, but you also need all the small steps to reach those goals. Okay, now whether you want to call them mini goals or individual tactics even, or steps along the way, I think milestones is a good way to look at it. Like these are the steps. These are the different milestones I'm gonna reach on my journey to doing this thing that I'm doing, and my goals of doing this are as follows. Okay, so I think it's super important to kind of get clear on all that. Milestones versus goals is what you were talking about. Thank you, Monkey Wrench. Yes. Yeah, so milestones versus goals. And some people might use a different term than milestones, mini goals, or as I say, tactics, or stepping stones. Muddy Toes Farm current goal, 1,000, 3,000 watch hours. Losing hours on the back end, though. I think studio is eating them. Nom, nom, nom. Yeah. Remember, that's a good thing. If you lose subscribers, that's good. And also remember, I never once looked at how many subscribers I was losing until like less than a year ago. I think it was last summer I made a video on it, and I looked it up. And I looked up, and it was a little bit eye-opening. It was like, wow, I've lost how many? I had no idea. I didn't even know that was something you could look up until I did know, and then I made a video about it so I could tell you guys how to do it. But yeah, it doesn't matter. If people leave, I mean, I guess the only reason it matters is if you are so laser focused on your subscriber count number that you notice it when it goes backwards. Like it went backwards for me when we did the live stream a couple days ago when I hit the 100,000. It went backwards. And actually, let me tell you this, and so I'm at 100,123 right now. When I did that live stream, when we hit the 100,000, it then accelerated. And like within, I think 15, 20 seconds, I gained like, I don't know, 25 or something like that. It's almost like people were holding back and wanting to be that 100,000th subscriber, which, by the way, there's no way for me to know who it was, right? There's no way for me to know that. But I think that's what was going on. So, and it got as high as 100,047 by the time I ended the live stream, like 20 minutes later or something. And then I was just kind of doing some cleanup here, and I was looking at it, and it was going down and down and down. And you know what? It went below 100,000. Like I lost in the next few hours after that live stream, it went down to 99,992, I think is as low as it got. So 47 and 8. So I lost 55 subscribers after I ended that live stream. So what does that tell me? That tells me that I probably, by doing the lives and maybe encouraging this a little bit, I kind of artificially inflated the numbers indirectly, right? Some people were probably noticing what was going on and then they joined just to kind of watch and see it. People who were probably not even interested in what I have to say, which again, I have no problem with. I'm not trying to reach everybody. I'm just trying to reach the people that want to hear what I have to say. So I'm okay with that mindset. So when I lost those subscribers, I was laughing. You know, it's like, oh, this is kind of funny. Maybe I should make a video out of this, but I didn't. I should have maybe screen captured, like maybe recorded my screen when that was going on, but I didn't. Anyway, so yeah, it's okay though, because they are people that aren't going to be watching my videos when I release new videos, and I just assume them not be subscribers if that's the case. So it's all good. 1 month I went got 30 some subs out of nowhere. Really? They thought you were doing a giveaway, Rob. Russ says, yeah, you know what? Probably. They probably were. Good on you for the polar plunge. Thank you. So how about I show you a couple of shots? They're not very good. I took a couple screenshots. I wanted to prove what I did. So you guys saw the thumbnail, I think. That one? No, you've seen that. Here, let me share my screen. So you saw that. Sorry, maybe not. If you didn't, so I made a post, okay? I made a post, a community post where I said it happened, I did it or whatever, and I'm going to work on a video. So this is the image I shot. That was the day I was there. That was, wow, that was only yesterday. That was yesterday morning, Sunday morning at Cleveland Beach. All right, then this one. Okay. You may have seen this. That I made the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail for this live stream that I did. So that was a few minutes later. Okay, I already had the, you can see my gear bag there, right there. And there's the gear bag there. I had a camera set up here. There's my phone, which it blew over, by the way. It was windy. It was offshore windy. Like it was this snow. You can see the snow on the sand. Can you tell that? I don't know if you can, but there you can see the snow here on the sand. It was blowing out from, and there's a little bit of a lake behind the sand, the beach part. So that was going on. And here is the proof that I went in, right here. Okay, there's proof that I went in. So these are stills from some of the different angles. All right, so I walked out into it, and I don't know if you can tell, but you can see there's a bit of a wave there. All right, so that's me in there. So brave, that's awesome. I was cold. Actually, it wasn't so bad at that point. My feet were cold. My feet, because I was in my bare feet. I have a shot of that. No, it's not that. Not that. No, that was going to be, so I don't know if that was me setting up on the beach as well. but that's not really, you're not interested in that. Let's get rid of that. I do have a better shot here. I just got to find it. Okay, I don't need to show that one right now. When I double click something, it pops up on my other monitor. That's why my head's going back and forth. All right, this one. Let me show you this. This is the undeniable. There's more snow today than yesterday. No, it might have flurried a little bit. Here in Norway, we use wool socks when you run into the ocean, really. That was the biggest problem I had. When I came back out and got dressed again, I could not put my socks back on. So I just put my bare, sandy feet into my Skechers, my shoes that I was wearing. So if you want undeniable proof that I went totally in, here it is. That's me. And here I am today. This was yesterday. This is today. So I did survive. But that's me doing the plunge, holding my selfie stick, which also survived. Right? It was this. I don't know if you can tell. But I had this with my phone on the end of it. And actually, I forgot to rinse this off. But it still works. It's not, yeah, the thing you got to be careful with the ocean is it's so salty, like it's really salty. You know how you can get those saltwater pools these days? Some people have saltwater pools instead of chlorine. That's not near as much salt as what you have in the ocean. Like you go in the ocean, it is super salty. Like maybe 10 times more salty than a saltwater pool. So yeah, it was very salty, but the problem is if there's any metal pieces on this, and there's like a screw at the top here, they could rust. Okay, so I may want to rinse this out in fresh water, you know, in bathtub or sink or something, just to make sure nothing will rust on that. Otherwise, I might have to get another one, right? But it's $22. It's not a huge deal, or 20, something like that. Your hand looks like a lobster. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I assure you, I did not pick a lobster up off the bottom, although it wouldn't be unprecedented to see a lobster right there. Although this time of year with the water so cold, they tend to kind of be a bit dormant. They don't move around a lot. It's not like they go into a cave and sleep like bears do. It's more like they slow way down. So they're probably in and around rocks and stuff, maybe not there where it's sandy, but no, in the summertime you see lobster there. People do pick them up and whatever, right? You're not technically supposed to unless you have a lobster license, but I think some people do. But if they get caught, it's not, you know, the authorities don't like that. That's a big industry around here, lobster fishing. Great hardware advertisement. That's a hilarious way to go, Rob. I thought you said that's a hilarious way to go. No, that's hilarious. Way to go. Thank you. I had a video ready but wasn't happy with it, so I decided not to post it. I'm starting a new filming today. I already have B-roll filmed. Well done. Awesome. You're a person of your word, that's for sure. Yeah. Yes. How cold was the water? 35 Fahrenheit or like 2 degrees Celsius? Let me see now. Let me see if I can get another one. Yeah, so Liam's phone took probably the best shots. My phone, I'm not going to show you any of those. That's kind of funny, actually, the shot that I got of myself. I mean, that's my phone right there. So I can give you a close-up shot of what that is looking at, like me under the water, a much clearer shot. I'm saving that for the video, though. Hope you don't mind. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is funny. Anyway. Yeah, so there's that one. That's the undeniable proof. Not that I feel like I have to prove this to you guys, but I said I would. And the other one is, I'm just kind of rearranging these. That's after I took my sweatshirt off right there. Sweatshirt, jeans, Skechers, and then undressing, and then wading out into the water. That's before I dunked, and then I dunked, and then I survived. Video to come. And I apologize if that seems a bit sneaky, but I honestly, I think this is going to be a good video, and not just because of what I'm showing, but it's got a good message. So that's actually a good question, Karen. Did you get an ice cream headache? No, I did not. Not at all. It's not the same. Like it. I'll tell you this: when you walk out of the water like that, like I don't know if you can tell, but it was kind of a sunny day. Right? Like it's that you can see that the sun was over there, over to the left. So it was kind of a sunny day. So when I got out of the water, like as soon as I stood up, like the top part of me was fine because the sun is on me and it's drying the water off. My feet are still in the water, still on the sand. And then when I walked out of the water, my feet are still on the 35-degree beach. Okay. The constant, but I suppose the air temperature, but no, with the air, the wind was not awesome because that made it colder. So that's why I wanted to dry off as quickly as I could. But then like I kind of took my time putting my shirt back on and my jeans, and I just put my jeans on over the wet bathing suit. So I had to change when I got home, but no, it was fine. It was fine. My feet though, took them a little time to warm up. All right. I'm going to be here for at least another half an hour. That's a good question, Monkey Wrench. Will you be putting more of your family in your videos? I think it could widen a demographic, yes? Yeah, I may do that. I mean, I have put my son and my daughter in, and my father. And in this video, you're going to see my brother-in-law and my son, as well as me. I think that's all I've put in so far, but eventually I'll convince my wife to go in one of my videos. But she's shyer than I am, so who knows? But yeah, no, that's actually a good point, because if you really want to connect with your audience, it's a good idea. Well, I mean, you only want to share what you want to share, but the more you do share, the more personable, the easier it is for people to connect with you, right? So yeah, that's never a bad thing, but only share what you're comfortable sharing, and don't put people in your videos who may not want to be in your videos, right? There's that too. Was wondering about this mythical wife. Yes, she exists. Is that Peanut in the background? Right there. Yep, that is Peanut. Not on the beach. If you were talking about the beach. Nope, not on the beach. Some people walk their cats. In fact, I talked to somebody who has like a harness and a leash and whatnot for their cat. And I don't know, I don't think I could get, I mean, maybe if I started Peanut off when she was a kitten, I could have convinced her to do that. But no, not at this point. She's 14. She'll be 15 in August. So she's, the old dog, new tricks kind of thing. She wouldn't be up for that. So what is your next personal YouTube goal, or is that in the next video too? Got to have goals. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you what my goals are. I'm just bringing up my notes. Sorry, that's why I was looking. And I shouldn't have to refer to these because I know what they are, but I wrote them in a certain way. So my goals, like when I started this channel, one is build a legacy that my kids and future grandkids could look back on to see who I was and what I was all about. Okay. So I feel a bit emotional when I say that. Just, I don't know. I just think that's a cool thing about YouTube. Number 2, help as many people as I can start and grow their YouTube channel. Now, that the way it's written now is not the way it existed when I started, because I didn't know I was going to get into helping people with YouTube, but I knew I wanted to help people with something. And I knew that was the key to growing a channel, help people, right? So I didn't know if it was going to be helping people start an online business or how to do Fiverr, how to be a freelancer, whatever, right? It ended up morphing into how to do YouTube based on the reactions I got from a video I made about that. So I've refined that goal. And then the third one is build a business that provides for my family. Okay, so those are my whys. That's why I do this. And I think it's important that you figure out what your why is. So there you go. Does the ship always sound when someone donates? Someone just donated on the top and asked a question. Oh no, did I miss that? I've missed 2 super chats, guys. I am sorry. You know what? It does sound, but only if I do it. So I have to notice it and press the button. So let me do that right now. First one right here. Thank you so much for the super chat. Shanna Parent. I'm sorry, I don't even know how long ago it was that you posted that. I got kind of wrapped up in what I was talking about here. Many start for the success, but stay for the impact. What is currently the most important driving force that gets you back behind the camera each week? Good question. I really enjoy it. I think that's my main thing. I enjoy it. I mean, it is my livelihood. This is what I do for my living now. But more than that, I really enjoy it. Like, I wouldn't have made it this far if I didn't enjoy it. I never would have got monetized even if I didn't enjoy this whole thing, right? So anybody who is doing YouTube only to make money or only chasing numbers in whatever way, if that is your why, if that's why you're doing it, then it's going to be hard to continue. At some point, burnout might set in and you just won't be as into it and you'll quit. And you know, most people who quit, well, everybody who quits ends up quitting too soon, right? If you stick with it, but you can't stick with it if it's not something you like. So that's the most important thing for me. I really enjoy all of this, right? I mean, some things I enjoy more than others. Sometimes editing gets me down if I'm struggling with it. You know, if I want something and I'm not quite sure how to do it and it just spinning my wheels a little bit, I'll get a little frustrated, but minor, like not very much. I enjoy uploading videos. I enjoy the commenting even. I really enjoy that. I enjoy these live streams. Love these. But so I enjoy the whole thing. That's what keeps me coming back. And another super chat, John Poublon. I hope I pronounced your name right. Thank you so much. Congrats. Should we post videos on topics we're interested in at the start and then niche down based on views of a video? I'd almost look at it the other way around. Like, start niched down, talking only about a specific thing. And then as you start to grow, maybe you can try to test reaching out a little bit into a broader topic, right? Because if you start with too wide of a net, it's not going to land on the right people because there's too many different people your videos could be for. YouTube won't really be able to put a finger on it, and they're not going to put it in front of the right people. So it's more important to start more niched down, and then you can broaden as you go, and do soft pivots, for example, like I did. All right. Thirdish says, it's strange the ocean is salty, but the rain is not. Well, not all rain comes from the oceans. I mean, I guess maybe technically it does, but maybe, like, I don't know. I'm gonna speak out of turn here because I'm not a meteorologist, but maybe the salt gets filtered out in the clouds before it lands. Actually, when the rain lands, I mean, you don't typically hold your glass up to the sky and let it fill up and then drink it like that. Like, a lot of natural filtration happens as rainwater is running over, like making its way into rivers and streams, and then eventually it makes its way to the ocean where it's salty, right? But it's the actual rain that falls that's not. I don't know. It depends on where you are, I guess. Like if you are nowhere near the ocean, you still probably get clouds. There's some evaporation that happens, goes to the clouds, you know. Whatever happens, that then the cloud, it'll start to rain, and it's just pure water, hopefully, that comes out of the sky. If not, like if you're going by a power plant or something, maybe you end up getting some polluted rainwater, but then let it hit the ground and go down into the wells and run over the rocks and filter itself out, and then it gets better. I don't know. I'm saying a whole lot of stuff that I really I'm not qualified to talk about. I don't know. I like to try to guess at these things though. Like I like knowing things. But I mean, interesting. Yeah, if I live near the ocean and we get clouds here because of evaporation here and then it rains, why is it not salt water that comes down? I don't know. I bet you somebody knows. Scientist. Who's that guy? Who's that guy that works for Columbia University? Very smart. I like watching him. Neil deGrasse Tyson. He would know. Let's ask him. Alrighty. Oh, it looks like Krista might have the answer. When salt water is absorbed into the atmosphere, the salt stays behind and the water is only absorbed. Very good. I'd believe that. How do you approach B-roll? Do you pay for a service or film random things in your life or plan for each video? Yeah, I don't typically use stock footage from another service. I don't currently subscribe to any service like that. So I film my own. And I typically do it, like I don't do B-roll and then kind of save it up in a central B-roll area that I've shot. That wouldn't be a bad idea though. Some people do that. And then you have a place to go. But what I typically do, honestly, lately, if I'm going to make a video and I know I'm going to want to include some B-roll, I'll just turn my camera on early before I say what I want to say, and I'll just start shooting some things that I think I might want to. Maybe I'll shoot a boat out in the water, or me on the trail just walking, or me getting ready, setting up, and then I'll turn the camera around and I'll look at it and I'll talk to myself and I'll make the video. And then at the end, I may want to get some more shots in case I want to use them as B-roll, me walking on the trail or whatever. So that's the way I do it. So the B-roll I use usually comes from the footage I shot when I made that video that day. And it may well be in the same video file that I just never pressed stop. I just kept B-roll, then just flip the camera around, make my video, flip it around again, and B-roll at the end, right? And that's also a good opportunity to maybe, like if you want to just take a screenshot from within your video to create your thumbnail, and maybe you want a certain facial expression for your thumbnail, well, while the video is still recording, just go through a couple of facial expressions and poses, right? Even though it's video, you'll be able to take them out of your video, just grab a screenshot of the video at a place where, that'll make a good thumbnail, right? So I do that sometimes too. I should have my super chats announced by text-to-speech device. Yes, hey, maybe something I'll upgrade this season. Is your phone an iPhone 16 or 16 Pro? It's a 16 Pro Max. I think that's what it's called. It's the big one. It's the big one that my aging eyes can read the words. My cat walks me, Russ says. Very good. Funny. A real YouTube journey is lived in public, not printed on a corporate business card. It's messy, unfinished, and honest because growth happens in real time. Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. Like, leave the professional video making to the people who make movies, like, and professional commercials. Like, let them be perfect. Let us be messy. It's easier to be messy making videos and recording than it is to be perfect. So, and that's what people like. People like that. Let's see. Salt doesn't evaporate. There you go. That makes sense. Muddy Toes Farm. Yeah, so when the water evaporates, goes up, salt doesn't go with it. It stays in the ocean. Okay, yes, that makes sense. Yeah, because how could it? How could it? It's just the water that has. It's just water that boils off. Like if you're boiling water on a pot on a stove, it's the water that's in the steam. Um, hmm. Salt does not evaporate. Okay. Water evaporates. Salt does not. Geez, you guys all have the answer. Traveling with Russell says, Rob, about reaching 200,000, did you check Social Blade for its prediction date for it? No, I did not. It'd be interesting to see what they think. But it means nothing. Like any predictions that I've ever seen from Social Blade, like I have looked at that before. Like it'll suggest how much money it thinks I'm making. It's not even close. And I can't remember which way it was off, but I don't remember what it said, but it was not right. Uh, Anaholic says, I don't agree with that. I like making good video. Very good. Very good. I mean, whatever makes you happy, right? Make good videos. Um, I guess the reason I say be messy, that's okay. Let the making good videos, leave that for Hollywood, basically. I'm just trying to encourage people to follow their dreams. And if YouTube is one of their dreams and they want to do YouTube, don't let the fact that you don't think you are perfect stop you. Don't let that stop you. It's okay because you can get better in time. I think it's a good thing to always strive to get better. I think that's a great thing because that's how you improve. And the better videos that you make, the more your channel will grow, the more people will want to watch your videos and all that good stuff. Make the videos you want to make, Karen says. Absolutely. I agree. The predicted income is way off. Yeah. Rob, do you think about outliers now, Steve? Or are you just happy with a healthy average amount of views? I guess people chase outliers when they are trying to grow. I mean, I guess I would think about them sometime. I haven't thought about them lately, except for, well, I don't know. So for those who don't know, like an outlier, what Steve is referring to is an outlier video is a video that does significantly better than that channel that it's on typically does. Okay, like if somebody has 5,000 subscribers and they typically have videos that get 1,000 views, let's say, but then all of a sudden they make a video and in a few days it gets 25,000 views, that's an outlier. And then you can kind of look at the title, say, what about this video made this so good? And you kind of study that. So I do look at that. Like if I see an outlier, I don't actively go looking for outliers, but if I see something, it's like, okay, and I'm on YouTube all the time, researching and stuff. And if I see something like, wow, why did this? I like to try to dissect it and figure out what's going on. Like, why are people liking this video? Sometimes it's the title, and sometimes that's obvious. Like, oh yeah, it's that title. I've seen that done several times. It's probably something maybe I should do if I can apply it to my niche, right? And I've done that before. But other times it might not be the title. It might be the way they edit it. And I'll watch it and I'll notice, okay, the intro is really good. They're really drawing me in here. And it might not even be fancy editing. It might just be the storytelling. It's like, wow, like I want to know how this story ends. And if I end up watching it all and I notice, wow, this got a ton of views, not the title is not so much to write home about, right? No keywords there. Okay, so they weren't looking for search. People just really liked this video. And, I see that more and more. And that's why I think it's important if you learn how to tell a story, that could take you far. That could take you far. We are all waiting now for your plaque unboxing video. I don't know. Should I do that? Isn't that cliche? Like everyone does that when they get there. I want to be different somehow. So yeah, I guess, sorry, I see your question here again, Steve Brocky. Are you just happy with the health? It's not, no, I'm always trying to improve. Right now, I think I'm in the season of trying to improve my storytelling through using B-roll a little bit more in the beginning and things like that. Um, but yeah, so I try to get better with that and the story. I want the story to resonate. I think that's kind of the way I'm approaching it. So I mean, I still try to do come up with good title names and stuff, and I use ChatGPT to help me with that. The video I'm working on now, I don't know exactly what the title is going to be. My working title, though, right now is Why Milestones Matter More Than You Think. Okay, right now that's I think what I'm going with, but I might change once I've got the video actually completed and uploading, and then I start working on the thumbnail and trying to come up with text for the thumbnail that matches the title. I'll revisit the title with ChatGPT at that point, and we'll dial it in, and I'll pick a combo title, thumbnail text that works well together. I'll decide on the image that I want for the thumbnail. So yeah, it might change, but right now, why milestones matter more than you think. They matter, and you need to celebrate them. Your brand is you. Who you work for is their brand, not yours. Ah, I like that. That's true. Let's see. Okay, I got down here. Yes, be different, Rob. Lily Handy Agent Prep. Yeah, everyone, try to find your unique self. Unique. I forget what the way that joke goes, but it's a funny joke. It's about sneaking up on a cat. How do you sneak up on a cat what is it? How do you sneak up on a cat in a different way or something? And the answer is unique up on them. Unique. I don't know. I just destroyed a good joke. Sorry about that. I should have looked it up before I told it. We definitely want an unboxing video. Even if everyone is doing it, doesn't matter. Well, maybe I have to find a creative way to do it then. I'll wrap a story around it somehow. I can just see I can just see it. Meats and cheeses served on silver with the YouTube logo. I like that. That's fun. That's cute. I like that. Ripples in the waters. That's cute. Anaholics has a question. You now have 100,000 subscribers. How many of the usernames do you think roughly that you would recognize from your subscribers? Not. I don't know. I recognize you guys when you guys like the ones who comment, and I mean I probably have a ton of subscribers who have never commented once and have never been in a live stream, so I wouldn't know them. I don't look at them. I don't look at the usernames, but the ones I do see are right here. Like I know your name, Anaholics. You've been commenting for I don't know how long, but I want to say since before, like since I was in the single, like I want to say before I had my first viral video. I think you've been. So I remember things like that. So maybe since I was around 3,000 subscribers, maybe even before that. I don't remember, but yeah. So I get the more people comment, the more I recognize people and comment and live chats as well. So I'd say probably most of you who are active in the live chat, I recognize you because you're here all the time. So, but no, there's the percentage of my subscribers that I would recognize the username. Gosh, less than 1% probably is my guess. We could do a nice photo shoot with a plaque, Jennifer said. Yes, I could. See right there, I recognize Jennifer, like introvert in Alaska. Like your avatar, I recognize with the red in the hair. Like you're here often, so I recognize that, and I know your name is Jennifer. So things like that you pick up on. You get to know. The more people come, you get to know them, right? So. But yeah, people who don't comment and people who don't show up in the live chats, I wouldn't know. I don't ever look at, like there is a place you can go to see who your subscribers are, but it's not a complete list because some people opt to not make that information public, right? And they kind of remain anonymous. So I don't even know exactly how that works and whether or not people could see if I'm subscribing to their channel or not. I don't know if I've got mine set up that way. I've never really looked into it. But I think there's a way to so that you can make the fact that you're subscribing to other channels kind of anonymous. So anyways, I don't know what the number is. Maybe I could, if I wanted to go look at the list of my subscribers, maybe it would show half of my subscribers. I don't know, but it certainly doesn't show all. Alrighty. Question, do you think the new YouTube policies will eventually hurt audiobook channels? I have a channel where I read my own stories, no video, just a still image and my voice. Doing well so far on it. So I don't know what policies you're referring to. I don't see how that would, I don't see how, like if you're doing your channel that way now and it's going well for you, I would keep doing what you're doing. I guess my first thought would be, like if you're an author and people and you have, you know, you've got sales and what am I trying to say? If you have people that buy books from you, there's probably a percentage of them who would like to get to know you better. So if you ever decided to read your books and actually show your face reading, sitting down in a chair in a corner, the lamp and plant and however you want to design, right? I think there would be value in that. People would be interested in that. Or if you did a live stream every once in a while and read part of your book or talked about how you publish your books or things like that, I think people would be interested. But maybe that's not what you want to do with your channel, and if not, that's fine. That's just kind of what I thought of off the top of my head. Like I feel like people who put themselves in their videos, you know, people like to see that. People, especially if there's something you're doing that people like you make books, right? You publish books, people read them, people like them, they buy them, right? You know, the next step would be, I mean, authors would typically go on tour and then maybe do book signings and stuff. Well, you can kind of do that virtually on YouTube. Just show up live or make a video of you talking to the camera is kind of another way of doing that. So anyway, I'm just kind of spitballing here. You may not want to do any of that. I mean, that's fine. Take us out on a boat while you unwrap the plaque. I could do that, but yeah, no. It may arrive while I'm away, and if it's here when I get back, it's still going to be a little chilly to be out on the boat here. Heidi says, I wish I would have gone live sooner. It's a great way to get better at speaking. Absolutely. Build a community faster. Thank you for your 5-minute thumbnail video. Oh yeah, no problem, no problem. Do you think the video summary feature could hurt watch hours? I am guilty of looking at the summary for a quick answer. I haven't even really looked at that. So no, it's not something I've focused on so far. So I wouldn't think so. People who do want to watch the video will watch it and you'll get the watch hours. I wouldn't say a large percentage of people would just rely on that. And if more and more people did, you know, that would happen across the board to all channels. So everybody would be affected the same way, I guess. I agree with the others to have Peanut open it. Okay, yeah. Doing live videos is great, builds a community. Great question, re-ask it and put QQQ in front of it. At Mary Ellen. Did I miss it? How do you spell that? Here we go. Sorry, I did miss this. At what point in your channel is it a good idea to start going live? Is streaming on other platforms worth it too? Okay, so that's what Heidi answered. I will give you my thoughts. And then I'm going to say I'm probably going to have to leave in the next, say, 10 minutes or so. I need to pack. So at what point should you go live? Right away. I'd do it right now. Even if you have 5 subscribers, I'd go live. Honestly. Like, your first live stream is not going to be what grows your channel. Okay, so there's that, unless you already have a huge channel. But let's assume you're relatively new and you're just starting this. Go live right away, because when you think you're ready to start adding live streams to what you do, you want to have some experience doing that at that time. Like it'd be helpful if you've already done it, like even as practice. So go live right now and look at it as practice. You are practicing your live streams. The whole thing. It's the same thing of making your first video, right? Like do it ugly, like do it messy, like we said earlier. And I know Anaholics, you don't quite agree with that, but I'm a big believer in just film yourself, warts and all, just mistakes everywhere. It's all good. I mean, if you can clean it up a little bit, make it better, like do the best job you can. And that applies with the live streams. Do the best job that you can. Like chances are nobody will be there when you do your first live stream. There's a good chance nobody will be there. Unless you try to do some legwork ahead of time, like maybe at the tail end of some of your videos leading up to your live, just kind of advertise that you're going to go live, or do a community post a couple days before and maybe earlier the day of, telling people you're going to go live. Like try to generate some interest that way, but it might not work, right? You may go live and have nobody show up. So in that case, be prepared for that. Like be prepared to talk to nobody. And I'll tell you, you go live to nobody, that's the hardest way to go live. Okay. So if you do that several times, you'll get better at it. And then when people eventually start showing up to your lives and have questions for you, it gets so much easier, right? You will have already gotten past all the hard stuff. Like now you know exactly how it works when you go live and all the stuff, right? And now people are starting to comment. And if you notice, like how many people watching, it says that right below. You can see how many people are watching. And then, if you notice that number ticking up, like even if there's one person there, just say, oh, I noticed we got one person in the chat. Love to know where you're watching from. Let me know in the chat if you can. And don't be forceful. If there's only one person, like not everybody wants to chat, so they may not say anything. But if you notice that number ticking up, now there's 2, now there's 3. It's like, oh, wow, we got 3 people in here now. Awesome. Where are you guys watching from? I love knowing where people are watching from. This is one of these things with YouTube. I think it's just so cool. I can go live. I can just start talking and sharing whatever I want to share and have people from all over the world potentially listening to me. I love that. So if you want to let me know where you're watching from, and let me know what your name is too, so I know what to call you. Let me know in the live chat, right? So everything I just said there, you will get so good at saying something like that every time. Right, you'll get better and better at that, and that's inviting to people. And eventually, there will be people who reply to you, and they'll answer, and then you can say, "Oh, you're watching from North Dakota. That's so cool. I've never been there. I always wanted to go. Cool, awesome." And then go on to continue on what you're. So, anyways, it's all practice. It's all good. It'll be the hardest one you ever do, your first one, and going live to nobody, right? So be prepared. Have something to talk about. Think of a friend when you're talking. You're talking to a friend. Just kind of, you don't have to stare at the lens the whole time. Just glance at it every once in a while. Like when you're talking to a friend, do you typically stare at them as you're talking? Maybe some people do, but most people don't. I don't think so, anyways. Not in my circle of friends. We talk and then look every once in a while and kind of try to treat the lens like a person, and that takes practice, which is why it's good to practice before you're ready, before you think you're ready. So anyways, that should be a video. I should clip that. Clip, video. Alrighty. Hello from Colorado, Northern Ontario. I'm in South Carolina too. How do you set a pre-done video up as a live? You record the video, and then it's going to depend on how you go live, what software you use. So Ecamm Live, you can tell it, you can assign like a button on your Stream Deck to play a certain video file if you want. The way I start my lives is not with a pre-recorded video. I just use my iPhone up there. I point it outside like it's pointed right now. That's a live shot of my backyard from my iPhone. So I just set that up in a scene like this, but without my self picture-in-picture. So I'm just going to play it really quick. I'm not going to play the whole thing, just for a couple of seconds. I'm going to press the intro 5-minute button so you can see how I created that scene. There. So all the text that was on there. Can you hear me again? Yeah. I think when I press the intro scene, my mic is muted, and then when I take it off, my mic is not muted. So, so there you go. So yeah, just a live video. Live video with music attached. So that music isn't live. That is audio that I brought into my software that I use to go live with, Ecamm Live. How many editing softwares have you used, and what's your favorite, please? Okay, so my favorite is Camtasia. That's the one I used first. I have then since used also DaVinci Resolve. A little more complicated, but can do a whole lot more stuff. Harder to learn, in my opinion. I have used CapCut, but not very much. Didn't love it. I have used Final Cut Pro more recently, trying to learn that one. I kind of like it, but I'm just not as familiar with it as I am with Camtasia. So for my last few videos, I've gone back to Camtasia, actually. So I think that's it. Oh, Premiere Pro. Years ago, I tried Premiere Pro and didn't like it. Now, it looks a lot like DaVinci Resolve, but I found DaVinci Resolve a little bit easier. Yeah, so that's what I've used. Right quick is also Southern, is it? My family's from Arkansas, and they say it all the time. Right quick. Rob, stop flexing what a beautiful place you live at. Sorry. Yeah, it was a little bit of a flex. Sorry. Oh shoot! I'm still I'm still on the phone. When you do go live, is there like a members only button that you have to select, or does it go public everywhere or just to members? Do you have that option? You have the option. When you set up your live, like I always set mine up ahead of time, I schedule them, and I always set them to public. But you can schedule them and set them to members only if you want. If you have memberships set up on your channel, which you can set up once you hit 500 subscribers, I think, and 3,000 watch hours. That's the tier 1 when you can start getting super chats, memberships, and all that stuff. So yeah, so you set that up. If I do a live, should I have some FAQs on my topic so it's not an awkward silence? Yeah, that's kind of what I did. So when I went live the first time, I had a demonstration ready that I was going to go through in Camtasia, actually, because I was making Camtasia how-to videos at the time. And I thought of, I think, 5 questions that I thought people could ask during that. And I wrote them down. I wrote down the questions. I knew the answers. That's the advantage. You can write down a question to which you already know the answer, right? And then you can say something like, you could actually be completely honest and say, you know, I prepared some questions that I thought people might be interested in knowing, and let me just go through a couple of them now. So one is blah, blah, blah. Or you could say, these are some questions I get asked quite often in the comments of my videos, so I just thought I'd kind of go over them here. So the first one is blah, right? So you can do it that way. But yeah, no, that's part of being prepared if you had something like that. CapCut tends to lag at times with lining up preset audio. Okay, that's unfortunate, but you could probably fix that. You could probably resync the audio with the video. Would you say that the first 30 seconds are the most important in a video? 100% absolutely yes. The part of your video actually that's more important than the first 30 seconds is the first 20 seconds. And the part that's more important than that is the first 10 seconds. Like, the closer you get to the beginning, that is the most important part of your video, right? You want people to watch as long as possible. But the first 30 seconds, I mean, YouTube recognizes that. They show you that in YouTube Studio. They'll actually draw a blue line and they'll say, oh, at the 30-second mark, there was still, 65% of the people watching your video. And right, so good, bad, well, compare it to your other videos. And you want to try to get that number up. Mine tend to be around 70% are still watching at the 30-second mark. So I keep working on my intros. I just try to get better at framing what the video's about so that people want to continue to watch. And the better you get at that, the higher you can drive that number. Like that number used to be in the 20% for me. And I've slowly gotten it up. Am I allowed in Creators Cove as a 33-year-old? Absolutely. Yeah, we don't check ID in Creators Cove, so. I have to be honest with you. I have not been in Creators Cove in probably a week. That's my bad. That's on me. I should, once I get on the plane, well, I don't know if I'll have Wi-Fi on the plane or not, but yeah, I'm assuming I've got some. I mean, I get notified if somebody DMs me from Creators Cove, so I would answer that, but yeah, so I got to get back in there. I've been using Filmora Wondershare as an editing program. I found it does everything I need it to quite easily. Perfect. Awesome. I've heard good things about Filmora. I've just never used it myself. That's the thing. This is what I want you all to understand. All of you who are wondering what editing software to use. To make the kinds of videos that I make, like if you looked at any of my videos, any of the softwares that I've ever talked about or probably you've ever heard of, I could use any of those to make my videos. Any of them will do what I do because I don't do anything terribly complex. It might look like some of them do, like when I share my screen and I put myself picture in picture in the corner. That might look complicated, but it's really not as hard as you might think. I could do that with any of the, I find it easier in Camtasia, but the editing software you should use is the one you decide to learn like the back of your hand, and you just get good at it and just stick with it. If you think eventually you want to get into more complex things, then maybe look at something like Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, right? Some of the high tier editors. If you don't think you're ever going to get super complicated with like masking and high-end color correction and color grading and all that stuff, then you could just stick with Camtasia, iMovie, Filmora, CapCut, right? Any of those. Camtasia. I love Camtasia. I really do. I really do. So much so that I have a link down below if you're interested with a discount code. So there you go. Can you delete negative chat comments during a live? Yes, you can. Let me see now. You can also assign people as moderators, and they could do that for you. Like in my case, I may miss some if some come in and they're not good, and I would rather them gone. I've got a couple people. I think I have 3 now moderators that I know are here all the time, and I've asked, hey, would you mind? If you see something inappropriate or spam or whatever, you can just delete them for me. You're all right with that? And yeah, sure. So in a lot of cases, if you have people that often go to your lives, you could just ask them. People would typically volunteer to do that, right? So yeah, until then, you can do it yourself. Just you can see there's like 3 dots over on the right of every comment. You can click those 3 dots and you have options. One is you can ban that person from your channel. You can delete the comment. You can put them in a 5-minute timeout so they can't comment for 5 minutes. There's several things you can do. Rob, I missed it. Where are you going? I haven't said yet. I'm going south, though. I'm going south, and I will reveal that when I get there. I haven't decided yet how. Might have play some kind of a game, but I'm going away for a couple of weeks. Tomorrow morning, like tonight, I'm going to the airport hotel, and then early morning I'm on the plane, and by the afternoon I'll be there. So there's a clue. D. Niman is here. You hit it. Congrats, Rob. Thank you, D. Thank you. Appreciate that. The video of the polar plunge will be out in the next day or two. Still have to edit it, but I did that yesterday. 35-degree Fahrenheit water here in Nova Scotia this time of year, and I went in with a bathing suit. Bare feet, no wetsuit. Anaholics. I started with Premiere Pro, but I had the feeling I got ripped off, so I moved to DaVinci. Okay, very good. Yeah, I had the whole Adobe suite, the Creators, what is it? I was going to say Creators Cove. Creators, what is it called? Cloud? What's it called? The Adobe Cloud, or whatever it is. I had their suite of software, and so I tried Premiere Pro, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. I was too used to Camtasia, which is so much simpler. Doesn't do as many of the high-end things that Premiere Pro does, but it's simple. But DaVinci, I found that a little bit easier to use, and I don't mind that one. Just again, like, because I tend to make a lot of videos that share my screen, and I like the way I've gotten to know how to animate things in Camtasia with that, as far as that stuff goes. That's why I tend to always go back to Camtasia when I make a video like that. And quite often, if I'm making a how-to video, right, I share my screen, so I want to be able to capture that and create that. Creative Cloud, yes, that's what it's called. Yes. Rob seems to be far behind with comments. Yeah, I am. I always am. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Yeah, and I'm not going to be able to stick around much longer. Camtasia is great. I do love Camtasia. Rob, I can't wait to see your plunge video. Yeah. Well, so again, if you guys have just joined me, I did share a little bit of evidence of what I did. So let me just show you some screenshots real quick, and then I have to go. So let me share my screen. So this was me yesterday on the beach. That's a zoomed in shot though. So a wave had just crashed. There's my bag with my towels in it and stuff. So I was just kind of assessing the situation, and I posted that on a community post. That's what I did there. And then I made a thumbnail for this live, which was this. That was, I'm going to say, a couple minutes later. Got the jeans off, got the sweater off. I'm getting ready to do it. You can see my camera set up, my Sony here and my iPhone there, which blew over in the wind. So there's that. Evidence that I actually went in the water is here. So there you go, waist deep. I just walked in with my phone on and another plug for Yukos with my Yukos selfie stick. That's what I use, which I have to remind myself I need to rinse this off because I didn't. That was salt water, and there is a couple of metal pieces on this that I don't want to rust, so I need to. I might be too late, but anyway. So there was that, and then there was, last one I'm going to show you is this one. And who was it? I think it was Heidi said my hand looked like a lobster claw. So that was me dunking in the water, and then I got out pretty quickly after that. Again, the video of this and the setup and the story that I'm telling with this, I'm in the works of. So I filmed all this yesterday. I then went on the trail and I filmed. Basically, I told the story I wanted to tell while I'm going to show you this on video. And yeah, so I have to put that together, and I'll finish that up tonight or tomorrow. Maybe tonight in the hotel. Goodness gracious, you went all in. I certainly did. So cold looking. It was. So the water was 35 Fahrenheit or 2 degrees Celsius. The air temperature was -7 Celsius, 19 Fahrenheit. The wind chill was -14 Celsius or +6 Fahrenheit because the wind was 15 to 25 miles an hour. The snow was whipping off the shore onto the beach. It was cold. It was cold. Man of his word. That's right. Poll results are close. Oh, let me take a quick look at that. Poll results. I forgot I even posted that. So, 31% of the people here post regularly. Wow, 440 votes. And take it seriously. Okay. So yeah, I kind of listed them in order. So I haven't uploaded a video at 27%. So just about a quarter of you, a little more than a quarter of you, haven't even posted a video yet. And that's what I suspected. Another 27% have uploaded a few videos. Interesting. 31% I post regularly and take it seriously, but only 15% are building something real. Okay, interesting. I like that. Okay, good. Thank you. Don't try that at home at 35K. Kelvin? No, no, no. Yeah, Kelvin. Yeah, what is that even? I don't remember. I used to know that when I was in engineering school, but that's what is like 0 Kelvin is absolute zero, like in outer space, right? I don't know what 35. What is it? 273? You subtract? I don't know. Anyway, I forget, but I know Kelvin. I assume that's what you meant with K. Yeah, no, 35. That's about as cold as it gets here. Okay, it's February. This is the coldest the water is in the ocean here. And in the summer, that same place, so it's 35 Fahrenheit now. In the summer, it gets up to around 75. But if you go down about a foot, it doesn't take long to get it colder. It might be 65 Fahrenheit if you start. You know, if you float along the top, it could be close to 80, right? If you just had a warm rain, for instance. It's nice. No, I swim in the ocean all the time. Minus 238 Celsius is 35 Kelvin. Yeah, so that just doesn't happen on planet Earth. So I'm okay. That's not going to happen. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to go. I gotta go. I have to go pack because I'm leaving my daughter. Okay, yeah, I gotta go. Thank you very much. Apologies for that video not being ready today, but it'll be ready in the next couple of days. So that means I'll have 2 videos ready that can be posted while I'm away. So yeah, I'll probably have that go live. If not tomorrow, then the next day. If not the next day, then third. But it's coming. It's coming soon. So look forward to that. It's going to be a good one. Not just because of the polar plunge. Again, so why milestones matter more than you think. And I'm going to share some things that you maybe haven't thought about. Anyways, you'll see. Thanks. Thanks for, sticking with me through this whole thing. Like, I know I've made a big deal about this whole 100,000 subscriber thing. It's not as big a deal. Like, I don't know. I've made a bigger deal than it, I think, is. But I have had fun with it, and my whole point of doing this is to try to instill in you guys to set goals, set milestones, and celebrate it when you reach them. Like several little mini celebrations every so often, and you do you like however you want to do it. If you want to jump in the ocean, go right ahead. But if you hit a milestone, like you've uploaded your first video, let's say, that's a huge milestone. Only 27% of you in here have done that. Did I write that right? Anyway, right? And when you do that, you're a creator now, okay? You're not just a consumer anymore. It's a big deal. So maybe you want to celebrate that with a glass of wine with your husband or wife, or a date night, or maybe you want to celebrate it privately, right? Whatever you want to do. Maybe make a community post. Yay, my first video's posted, or whatever. Like, figure it out. Like write it down. Milestones and what you're going to do when you reach them. It's important. It's important, and it'll help you on your journey. So that said, thanks for hanging out with me today. And my next live will be from somewhere in a warmer climate, and I'll disclose where that is soon. All right, guys. Thanks, and take care. Bye.